lines, identified slopes, and used equations. In this video, we're going to go the other direction. We will write the equation of a line when we're given the graph or the points of a line. Let's review our slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope, b is our y-intercept. Every equation we do today will be in this form. So let me give you a slope and a y-intercept. We're given slope m equals 2, and let's have the y-intercept equal -3. You are given that information. Now, how do we write this into an equation form? And also, how do we write it in linear or on the graph? Well, we write it in the equation like this: y equals 2x minus 3. And we graph it on our line here by saying the y-intercept is -3 and our slope is 2. So we rise 2, run 1. There we are given the line in equation form. So that's something you're quite familiar with. Now what I'm going to give you is a graph. And you are going to interpret what the equation of that graph is. So let's see here. We're going to have a point there. And we're going to be given another point at 3 and 4. And I'm going to connect these two together. This is 3 and 4, and 0 and -1. So go ahead with what you have there on that graph, pause the video, and solve this one. How do you write this as a equation in slope-intercept form? Well, this is how we do it. We have 2 points. Let's go ahead and write that down. And we know what one of the points is. So our y-intercept is the point 0, -1/2, -1. And we're given another point at 3 and 4. How do we approach this problem? Well, the very first thing we're going to do is we know what b is going to be, because b is the y value when x equals 0. So b is -1. But we need to compute the slope, and we're going to do that by doing y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. We get 5 over 3. So at this point, we've actually solved the problem, because we found all the unknowns. Y equals 5 over 3x minus 1. We took the line, the points, and we found slope-intercept form. Let's work through another example, and I'm going to give you 2 points, no graph. Let me erase. So let me give you 2 points here. I'm going to give you the point 2 and 3, and I'm going to give you the point 6 and 11. Go ahead, take those 2 points and write it in slope-intercept form. Okay, allow me to do that with you. Let's see. Let's start by finding the slope. Let's compute the slope. We're going to do so by saying y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that gives us 8 over 4, or 2. Okay, so we just found the slope of our line. Now that we've found the slope of our line, what we're going to do is we're going to plug a point into the equation knowing our slope. So what that's going to look like is 3, because 3 here takes the place of y, equals 2 times x. When y equals 3, the x value is 2, so 2 times 2 plus b. Now you'll see in this equation, the only unknown remaining is b, or our y-intercept. So let's compute. 4 plus b equals 3. If we subtract 4 from both sides, we find that -1 equals b. Alright, so to finish it off, our final slope-intercept equation is y equals 2x minus 1. And we can graph that by going to the y-intercept of 1 here and having a slope of 2. So we're going to rise 2 for every 1 we run. 1, 2, 1. And that's 2 points, and now we simply connect them together. Okay, some of the common errors one could make when doing these types of problems is mixing up their slope and their y-intercept and getting confused about which is which. And a second common error that I've seen is skipping the slope calculation. And that leads to getting lost in the sauce. So now what I'm going to do is erase the board, and I'm going to run through 4 practice problems, and we're going to do them 2 at a time. Okay, I've put 2 practice problems on the board here. Number 1, you need to write the equation given the slope and the y-intercept. And for number 2, you're going to write the equation given 2 points. Go ahead, pause the video, and give these a try. Then I'll work through them. Okay, so the first one should be quite simple for you. We're given the slope, we're given the intercept, so all we need to remember is that y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept, which in this case is a negative, so -2. And that is our final answer. Now, for question number 2, we're given 2 points. So our first step here is going to be to solve the slope. And we do so by taking y2 and subtracting y1 and dividing it by x2 minus x1. This gives us a final answer of 4 over 2, or 2. Alright, so what that's told us is that we found the slope of our problem. Our slope is y equals 2x plus b. Now we simply plug in a point. We select a point and we plug it in. Let's take the first one, 0 and 4. So we get 4 equals 2 times 0 plus b. And what we find here is that 2 times 0 is 0, so we find that 4 equals b. Our y-intercept is at 4, and our slope is 2. So our 2 points are roughly so. And that would check out because if we went over one more to the right, we followed our slope, we went over one more to the right and up 2, we would get to that second point we were given, which is 2 and 8. Let's do 2 more practice problems. Or actually, let's take it one at a time. But first, I'll erase. So here we're given 2 points and we're asked to find the equation. Go ahead, take this one on, see if you can solve it. Okay, so again, we're going to find the slope first. So let's do y2 minus y1, which is 7 minus -1, which turns it into +1. And we'll find x2 minus x1, and we'll get 8 over 4. So again, we have a slope of 2. So y equals 2x plus b. Let's plug in some points. This time let's take from this one, just for the fun of it. You could take from either. You could take from either one. You could plug these 2 points into this equation and find b. Well, let's take it from this side. It may be a little more complicated, but all's well that ends well. So 7 equals 2 times 5 plus b. So then we get 7 equals 10 plus b. And we subtract 10 from both sides. And we get -3 equals b. That is our y-intercept. Let's graph it in blue. Let's graph it in red. -3 is our y-intercept. Our slope is 2. So our next point would be here. And our next point would be here. And we would connect those lines. So our final answer is y equals 2x minus 3. We have one more problem to do. All right, we're given our 4th practice problem here, and it's a word problem. So you're going to have to connect the abstract with the words. So a graph crosses the y-axis at 6 and rises 3 units for every 1 unit right. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. So this gave you an opportunity to take words, turn it into an equation. So let's do the same here. So I'll solve it in blue. And let's consider here. A graph crosses the y-axis. Crosses the y-axis. What does it mean when we cross the y-axis? Well, we cross the y-axis when x is equal to 0. So that means that is our y-intercept, okay? So we cross the y-axis at 6. So let's go ahead and put our point there. And rises 3 units for every 1 unit right. Well, a few things here. First of all, we can get a point from this. We're given the point 0 and 6. All right, and we're told that it rises 3 units for every 1 unit right. So 1, 2, 3. We move 1 unit to the right, which is about somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. All right, so we're given a slope. If we think about this, we are given a slope of 3 over 1, or 3. So we now at this point know, just from the word problem, we know that y equals 3x plus 6. because here's our slope and here's our intercept. We're also given 2 points, so we can connect them together if we were asked to do that as well. Connect those together. So that's question number 4, and that's it for this video. See you in the next one. If you got anything useful from this video, like, subscribe, or leave a comment.